the Lagos State government and its authorities came out with a list of 176 illegal estates or projects. What does this mean? Is that information correct fundamentally? And then such information, doesn't it affect the same foreign direct investment that is being attracted for such free trade zone?
It does, and I think it's the language of semantics. Firstly, the semantics is wrong from the government angle. You don't come out and say that some projects are illegal. That word is heavy, for you to call something illegal. However, if you want people to have paid you for something, you want to generate revenue as a result of certain things. Most of these projects, I won't say some, the one that I know and I'm part of, it's the fact that they have all the documents, they have C of O, they have all government consent on these assets, they have had building approvals for certain things. Now for the government to come out and say, especially the Ministry of Urban, Physical Planning and Urban Development, and saying that people don't have an approved layout. That is the emphasis, approved layout.
That doesn't qualify to say the project is illegal.
No, that doesn't qualify. What that's supposed to be is supposed to have like a town hall meeting with these either investors, developers, and all of that, and say, guys, you are supposed to have paid. Government is raising money. We know they are raising revenues. That is fine, but there is no way you are going to go around the way they are going about it, and at the end of the day, you will not still affect. We should know that everything that we are doing is also affecting the reputation of the state. All right? And sometimes you can be sincere and be sincerely wrong. And that's one of the things that is happening right now. They may be sincere in their approach, but the approach is wrong. Because at the end of the day, some people don't get details. They just look at the news, the government said this, and the PR was very big, it's trending all over the place. And so if you're not careful, what you want to achieve, you end up not achieving it. You will have, it
won't destroy much more.
There's a lot of underlying conversation going on around Lagos right now. People saying that Lagos does not want Igbos to be able to build properties here and all of these, demolition going here and there. One of my property was demolished, and the truth of the matter, the government paid me before they demolished the property. And the truth of the matter is, some of my clients that bought there, all they asked us to do is to bring the document. We took the document there. I don't know them. I've never seen anyone there. I don't have any relationship with anybody. I didn't even show up there. It's only my people that were representing, and all the people that bought properties for me there, that have building erected there that they wanted to use, they paid them their money. Now, the truth of the matter is, those kind of news may not be out there about the government paying people money and all of those. But the truth of the matter, government is compensating people, but at the same time, government can be sincere and they can also be sincerely wrong. They can go about what they are doing the wrong way. And so let people know this is for the betterment of everybody. And there is a place for conversation. There is a place for town hall meeting. Sit down with the people that are concerned. And let us say, oh, this is what it is. You guys, you're supposed to have a layout, approval layout, or whatever it is called. And then this is how much is it. Let the people negotiate. Know that you're trying to do it in a forceful manner and trying to ruin what people have spent all their life to build. I don't think it's the right way to go about what is being done.
Because now you have put out that the projects are illegal. Inside of it is investors' money from all around the world, both Nigerians in diaspora and non-Nigerians, right? And then, aside from the branding and the reputation of the company, which is at stake, because they have also come out to tell us that they had reached out to the companies and the companies was not responding. But we still think that terming or addressing it that way, that it's illegal, was sincerely wrong.
I agree with you. I agree with you. It was sincerely wrong, and I will tell you for free that no government has reached out to anybody. I think the letter was only sent when they wanted to do this. And for me, for my little knowledge, I believe that that ministry have a target to get some money into the pocket of the government, which is not bad. But however, I will keep saying it. There is a way to do a thing, and there is how to do a thing. And you must be willing to learn the most effective way to do it. And remember, it's not an isolated island. We are talking about something that is inclusive. A lot of people are involved. Both investors. There are many stakeholders in this conversation. So you can't come and just say, oh, this is what we are going to do. You're affecting the perspective. We want investors to come into our country. And suddenly investors is looking at us as if we have pendulum mode. Every moment, our mood is just going up and down.
Either we are hearing demolition,
yes, or
estates illegal.
No, that's not a proper branding for the state. That's not a proper branding for the nation. You know, you have good intention, but remember, reputation, good reputation is better than great riches. So you need to have a good reputation as a state where people want to come. Real estate is one of our, is one of our core in Lagos.
Right.
So if real estate is one of our core business in Lagos, how friendly is it? How friendly is it for investors to bring money from abroad and put it in Nigeria with their eyes closed, knowing full well that my money is safe? Or one day, one government will just set in and say, oh, I don't really like what these guys are doing around there. Huh? Let's put it down. No, that cannot be said. We are still running this nation as if we are in the age before automobile. We're in the age of bicycle. Like all our system is running as if you're in the age of bicycle. Government don't build cities.
Okay.
In the history of human race, and if they are very conversant with the ancient Rome and ancient Greece, when you go back and study all of these things, you will realize even America, you will notice that the cities were not built by the government. The cities were built by the people called the developers. They build the cities. The government then regulates the cities that are built. Why? Because cities are necessary for prosperity. Therefore, if you want to have prosperity, you have to build cities. That's why building are not just one of the subsets of a nation. Buildings are the core of economic policy of a nation. It means that the moment you are not focusing on the people that are building whatever is going on in the city, or you look at them as if they are just a side play. No, you are ruining your city and you are making wealth to migrate out of your city. And that is not what we want to do. Developers are the builders of the city. They build the city. They come with the creativity. They come with the mindset. They come with things. They turn rural areas to a more urban area.
Fantastic.
That is the thing that happened. There was no banana island.
No, there wasn't.
Developers make banana island.
Yes,
there was no orange island.
Yes.
Developers make this thing.
Absolutely.
There was no Lekki phase 1 as it is. As it were. Developers came into those places and turned it into something else.
Absolutely.
So what happened is that developers are the people, because lands are just a box of gifts. It is the developers that unbox it,
right,
so that the world can see it and gravitate towards it. So what happened is that understanding must be there, and because developing is beyond just a land. But the question is, it begins with the land. If the people find it difficult to even process a document, in this part of the world, to even process a document for an asset you acquire, it's like after then you have to go to church and do Thanksgiving. And then, because you were wondering like, well, I just want to come and say, Lord, this land I bought.
I'm myself now.
So all of these things, government need to realize that developers are the builders of cities. Government are the regulators of the cities, so that there won't be chaos. Right. That's why government have to be there to regulate the cities. But if you don't give a free hand to the people to build the city, after a while, the scale of preference will set in. People will start looking for the cities or the places that allow them to build cities. That's what happened.
What I was going to touch on next is, because while you talked about developers, I can see that developers are being used as scapegoats in the conversation. Because right now, the government says they are the good guys in the spectrum of stakeholdership. Then the investors are holding on to the developers. Meanwhile, the government has a core of the challenge of not setting things right. The government has a part and a major role to play to ensure that systems and structures are put in place for the purpose that would encourage friendly economies. When I mean economies, I mean everybody is able to play fairly and not have situations whereby some persons are giving preference against others, as to when you talked about the rumor, should I call it rumor, or the news making around in some quarters where they say Lagos is against a particular tribe.
Yeah.
Now, still talking about Ibeju-Lekki, let's talk about the coastal road.
Lekki Coastal Road.
So is it Lekki Coastal Road or the Lagos-Calabar?
Lagos-Calabar.
Yes, Lagos-Calabar. So we are discussing about because it goes through the Ibeju-Lekki corridor. And of recent, the 30 kilometer was commissioned by His Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. That project, what's your take on it?
Lagos-Calabar Coastal Road, it's a very laudable project, just like every other project that's supposed to bring progress to the people. However, as of today, it's still a potential. Yeah, 30 kilometers has been done, and the president came to Lagos to commission the 30 kilometers. Why Lagos-Calabar Coastal Road? One of the things about assets and civilization is mobility.
Right.
The closer people can move from one point to the other, the faster people can become prosperous. Now, if Lagos-Calabar Coastal Road is being accomplished, what will happen is that mobility is shortened. Commuting time is shortened. Safety of lives are more honorable, as it were. However, as we stand today, 30 kilometers has been done. We're going to about 700 kilometers. That's what we're going. Now, the president have spent 2 years in this tenure.
Of 4 years.
Of 4 years.
Right.
And hopefully, when he finishes tenure, election will come.
Right.
And whoever wins, either him or whoever is contesting with the president, let's say potentially he has about 6 years to be a president of Nigeria after now. Now, if that happened, the mathematics needs to be understandable, because right now, the mathematics is not making sense. It's to say that, what is the plan? Because nobody has come out and tell us that this project is going to be done in 4 years or 6 years. Now, we know that a new stuff has been sent to the National Assembly for money to be raised, around 320-something million US dollars to be raised concerning projects, infrastructure, predominantly the Lagos-Calabar, Coastal Road. And so this is a good project. However, it's not something that can be completed in President Tinubu's tenure. That's what I know. Because if we want to look at things the way it's going, and let us be very realistic with ourselves, is to tell ourselves that, and you know what happened?
Tell me.
The next person that becomes president of Nigeria, that may not be his plan.
Might not be enthusiastic about it the way the current.
He also want to have his own. One of the things about our country is that we don't have continuity. Everybody want to have his own. Everybody want to have his own stuff. Everybody want to say, this is what I did. It was the first of its kind. I didn't complete any other person's project, except maybe the same parties, and they feel like, okay, let's do this. However, it's going to be a very laudable one if the project is fully completed. Now, some states are already complaining. Some states are saying, when is it going to get to us? This thing you call Calabar, when is Calabar going to feel it? And in some quarters, some people are saying, maybe they are even started doing it from another end, but we don't have any details about that. Lagos-Calabar Coastal Road is a project that should create a new possibility for the whole nation. Now, who is the beneficiary of the project now? Right now, supposed to be Ibeju-Lekki and all of that, because at least the one that we have seen.
Right.
And it's there. And I remember when the president came the other time, they beautified the whole place, and the hypocrisy of the people, they beautified the whole place, put street lights, and I'm like, wow, this is good. Mr. President, this is not how this place is always is. Because you are coming, that's why it is like it's this way. But what I'm saying is that put everything together. The coastal road is meant to help us. But what about the completion? The only way it can help the entirety of Nigeria is when it is completed.
Right.
But whether it will be, for what I know, if I'm looking at the statistics, it can be completed in President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's tenure. And that means that we have to start thinking differently about the way we go about things.